I mean, honestly, I've been asked this all over the press, and I understand why this has been asked to me. But I've lived with this all my life. Ever since I was a child, I've been known to be his son. You know, it's like my name comes second, his name comes first. Oh, he's Mithun's son, and then he's Namashi. You know,
the star kid title, but I don't think he has ever taken advantage of it. I find him pretty like a normal boy.
it's only been Mimoh, my brother, who's been in the movies. He had a huge launch. I think the industry was a bit too harsh on him.
People are so quick to pull you down considering this fact. They'll say ki, oh, you're producer's daughter, but you couldn't even do it right. Or
Yeah.
like, I'll tell you, I've never had a relationship with my father of more on terms of like father-daughter. It has always been very career-oriented since a long time, since a younger age.
But I don't think she really had any advantage of being Sajid Bhai's daughter. She has worked as hard as any heroine would. If I think of my father's shadow, I will never get out of it.
Who's most likely to be the better dancer?
Me,
100%.
of course.
Super dedicated, super honest, never ever off sync.
Who's most likely to crack the lamest jokes and stuff? Who's most likely to flirt with strangers?
Him.
See how openly she's insulting me? Yeah, me only.
I think that's how you should be.
Thank you. She's secretly, I'm openly.
Who's most likely to be the naughty one?
Me, always.
I've been
Yeah,
joking
sabun
with
slow.
Just before this interview started, I was complimenting one of my guests on a hairstyle. And now that my second guest has joined, I can say there's a very tough competition for the top spot there. And both of these faces are very fresh to this industry. They are gonna light up the screen when they come on the big screen, because they have already did that on the digital screen when you have seen the trailer. So I'm really excited and happy as I welcome Namashi and Amrin.
Thank you.
So firstly, welcome to Bollywood Bubble, both of you.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much for having me.
Firstly, first film, starting in the industry, the excitement, the nervousness, what is it all going on that is inside it?
Now that it's only 2 days away, don't ask us. I think only Namashi and I know what it is like. I don't think anyone else can even understand it. We both are newcomers, and it's like there's a lot of expectations from us, and I hope we have delivered that in the movie.
Well, honestly, it feels so surreal that it's actually 2 days away.
I
I
know.
was telling her it was like a month away, like till last week. She's like, no,
Yeah.
that was last month. But I think this is the day we waited for. So now I'm just waiting for it to happen, because I think once it releases, we'll automatically be a little calmer, because then
Yeah, I was just
up
telling
to
him
you
that
guys.
thing, like, now that we have done our bit, we can't wait for that anticipation to get over to hear the real reactions of others,
yeah, the audience.
the audience.
The concept of time has changed a lot.
I know.
एक हफ्ते पहले अब महीना लग रहा है. But yeah, I'm very excited because I was just telling her, like, this film has a journey of its own. Like, it has been in the works for a long time. For you, like, for the director, for the producers, they have been in the industry for a long time to kind of deal with that anticipation. But for you too, being newcomers, and your first film is always special, to deal with all that weight, with that anxiety, did it ever get a little overwhelming?
I'll tell you, our producer and our director, they have gone out of their way, and they have not left any stone unturned to make us make it the best debut for us. So we only had the pressure, not even the pressure, it was just our responsibility, our job to just do our bit. The rest, I tell you, more than us, the cast and the crew, I have to give them credit. They have made our jobs easier.
Absolutely.
So I feel more than us, it was, the whole responsibility, and then they took away all the pressure from us, made our job so much easier.
Well, honestly, I think with COVID happening around the world, every film has been in the works for years.
Yeah.
It's not just Bad Boy. So we are on the same boat. But we are fortunate that ours is at least releasing. There are so many films, unfortunately, which are still not getting a platform to release on. So we are very fortunate that we are getting a theatrical release, and our producer has gone out of his way to make sure that me and Amrin are noticed. So we are very fortunate that he believed in this film despite all the delays.
Yeah.
And of course, our director is a prolific man.
Yeah.
So I think whatever happens for the best.
Yeah.
And we should only focus on the 28th now, which is
Yes.
just 2 days away.
By the time this interview comes out, it might be the day of the release.
So come on.
But today,
Oh.
yeah. So it's gonna be in the vicinity. But like first film, there's so much expectations, there's so much excitement around it. To have both of your family support behind you, and not just in moral support, but also being a part of the film for both of you? Was it like an added advantage at the time during the course of shoot?
Well, I think my family was not really a part of this film. My father's done a guest appearance, but Bad Boy was entirely a journey that I discovered and went through on my own. For her, of course, it's her father has produced the film, but I don't think she really had any advantage of being Sajid Bhai's daughter. She has worked as hard as any heroine would. So honestly, I think we both lived the same experience. We had no extra privileges, and I think once you start working, all these things don't matter, because when you're on the set, that's when you need to perform. You know, everything else is secondary, you know.
Yeah, even my family wasn't like a part of this. Of course, my dad is the producer and my mom is a fashion designer. So since we have the best at home, you know, why not make the most of it? So I don't think we had any advantage. I'll tell you, I've never had a relationship with my father of more on terms of like father-daughter. It has always been very career oriented since a long time, since a younger age. We would talk about work, like what is happening with you. It has always been career oriented, and I'm glad it has been like that.
Yeah, and also I think when you're producer's daughter, we just taste, you know, we might brush it off saying, oh, she got it because of him or her. But I think that adds more pressure to her, because your father believes in you, he's investing so much of money on you. You have to do well. Unfortunately, in her case, she's extremely talented, so she's been able to pull it off.
My God.
So yeah, I mean, the pressure honestly on this film is more on Amrin than me in that sense.
And you know, people are so quick to pull you down considering this fact. They'll say ki, oh, you're producer's daughter, but you couldn't even do it right, or like, you know, wasted your father's money. But as far as I know, I don't think I've even heard it once from anyone. So I think we did a pretty decent job. The same for his case, you know, coming, you know, the star kid title, but I don't think he has ever taken advantage of it. I find him pretty like a normal boy. So
he is.
Yes, like a pretty normal boy.
No, but regardless of how normal or humble or down to earth, what you will judge us is on our performance. So what you see on Friday, that decides the fate. Our niceness or badness will not change anything. You know, this is it's a movie, so you have to do well in the movie, and I hope we both have been able to deliver.
Yeah. But for both of you, did you feel like debuting with a newcomer as well has kind of helped you bring out more rawness in you? Because there was no someone who's experienced there acting opposite you. That person is also kind of figuring out the craft just as you.
Yeah.
So that kind of brought out more innocence and the more rawness of your act.
I feel like people appreciate rawness and naturalness. Now I think we both as newcomers have gotten that. Of course, Rajji has guided us throughout the whole movie to bring it out of us, to bring the best out of us. And I think I like that people understand that they are newcomers. There's a nervousness, you know, there's like this rawness that we talk about. And even I find that extremely like, you know, very appealing. I think that is very much needed in movies now, and I hope we keep that rawness in our movies and that naturalness.
Absolutely. Well, I think honestly, bro, I think when you're new, you anyways have a lot of nervousness, and when you have a co-actor who's also new, you share a lot of similarities, and that is a very good thing, because if you're working with someone experienced, you know, we have legendary actors in this movie. When they used to come on set, they used to make it look like maska, but that's something that experience brings, you know. So I think working with her, the best thing was we both were so unsure of what's going to happen. Every single day we were like, will we pull this off? It's a very challenging scene. It's this. So I think that helped us because we were on the same boat. And one more thing that is unbelievably, you know, it's uncanny, but it's similar. We actually think a lot alike.
Exactly.
If we reach on the set, if she's reading a scene, I want to read the scene with her. We are always work oriented. We had no other talk but the performance.
I was just telling her, you have got to work with Johnny Lever, sir, in a comedy space. Like, what better can there be?
Absolutely. We were very lucky.
True.
Very lucky.
But Namashi, for you, like, your name is associated to a legacy of Mithun, sir. Like, and that is something very big. But does it ever act on your mind, like, as a point of that the expectations can be too heavy at times for them?
I mean, honestly, I've been asked this all over the press, and I understand why this has been asked to me. If I was not aware of this question, you know, if I wasn't aware, I would be surprised you're asking me this, but I've lived with this all my life. Ever since I was a child, I've been known to be his son. You know, it's like my name comes second, his name comes first. Oh, he's Mithun's son, and then he's Namashi. You know, so we all four siblings have lived with that privilege and also that pressure. But if I live in that pressure, I will never be able to deliver. For me, Bad Boy is all about the character, how I've portrayed my character, how my performance looks. If I think of my father's shadow, I will never get out of it. You know, so I genuinely feel that if Bad Boy works on the strength of our performances, we'll be appreciated. But if we fail, pressure, comparison, everything will just hover over everything else.
True.
Yeah, and as you said, now your siblings have also gone through them, and
all
they
of
have
us.
faced the brunt
Every
of it. Your
star
brothers
child
have
has. Every
tried
star
it
child in
before.
the world has.
So, like your brothers have also seen the brunt of it, and their career might not have shaped in the way that your fathers have.
Yeah.
So, did that ever scare you, or maybe did that ever act you? Like my brothers have faced that. Maybe I might also face it someday.
Well, honestly, it's only been Mimoh, my brother, who's been in the movies. He had a huge launch. I think the industry was a bit too harsh on him, and I don't mean this in a sympathy or I'm trying to make him look like this or anything. I just feel that he deserves another chance because there are many more actors who have done movies that have been turkeys, but they have gotten more opportunities than him. So I feel it's a matter of getting a better platform to prove his talent. As far as me, bro, as strange as it may sound, I have seen more rejections than perhaps any other actor of my star kid of my generation must have, and I say that with a lot of pride because I've seen the hustle and bustle of Bombay. So for me to live, if I had to live in pressure, I would never audition on my own. I would never go and sign this film literally on the basis of waking up one day and saying, let's go and meet Sajid Bhai and Rajji. My father not being aware that I'm even having a meeting for a 3-film, for like Bad Boy and a 3-film deal at that point. So I am instinctual, I'm very brave that way. I don't get scared of all this. I feel if you're too fearful, you can never act.
Yeah, and that shows in the swag on your face right now. I can tell you that.
Bro.
Yeah, and I feel the USP of this film is your chemistry. The freshness of it is just very amazing and very likable. And we're going to test it in a little game.
Okay.
So we're going to game of who's most likely to.
Likely to.
Yeah. Okay. So it's between you two. You have to say who's most likely to be the person fitting this situation.
Correct.
Okay.
So who's most likely to be the obedient student on set?
Me.
100%. Super dedicated, super honest, never ever off sync.
Okay. Who's most likely to distract the other person during important stuff?
I don't even have to.
I saw the way he was did the handshake in the starting, na?
Yeah.
I
got
genuinely
that
went for
feeling.
the handshake and then he did
And
this.
I'm a
I
bit
was
mean,
like,
when it's
okay.
my emotional scene, I'll just go into my van.
and
Iska hota tha, I
then-
would come and irritate her.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I remember.
Yash. Sorry about that.
Okay. Who's most likely to say the wrong thing at the wrong place?
Wrong thing at the wrong place.
Always.
Me, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have a filter.
I think that's how you should be.
Thank you.
Who's most likely to have absurd life stories?
Me, for sure.
Absurd life stories.
Today morning has been so absurd.
Oh wow.
We came back from Delhi. I didn't even take a bath. I had products in my hair. I woke up. I was like 2 hours late for my trials because I overslept. I was stuck in traffic. I took a U-turn. I took the jetty. Then I took a rickshaw and then I got to Sun and Sand. So my entire day has been zigzag. So from saying, 11 a.m. sharp, I'm going to leave for Sun and Sand to taking a jetty, I think I had the most absurdly planned day. But
You have experienced it all in just a few hours.
Today only.
I think for me, absurd is normal, and then when I'll tell him this thing, and then he'll be like, "What the hell?"
Absurd and me are quite friendly.
Okay. Who's most likely to blame their prank on the other person?
Neither.
No. I
You
don't
own your
think.
pranks.
I don't
Yeah.
think she doesn't have that image of a prankster. I do.
Yeah.
What's the most scariest prank he has pulled on you?
The scariest.
Scary, though I don't know.
Not the scariest. The scariest was when he
The most
missed his
memorable.
flight.
Yeah, I think that would be the scariest
Was
thing.
when he missed
He
his
missed
Well, yeah.
flight.
Anyway, what's the next
Yeah,
He
question?
missed his flight.
What's the next question?
Okay. Who's most likely to be the better dancer?
Me,
Both,
me.
yeah.
No, me.
Excuse me, yeah.
He has it in his genes. We'll have to.
Okay,
give
I
it.
built it up.
Okay. Who's most likely to get scared easily?
Me.
Yeah, I think he
Me.
gets
I get scared of heights, and in this movie, to romance this
What?
wonderful lady. They put me up in a crane with no safety.
Yeah, for
and
a
I had
romantic
to,
scene.
And I had to romance, like sing romantically.
There
and
was no romance.
There was no romance. There was just
There was
dread.
just a lot of scariness.
Yeah. I have a fear of heights.
Yeah, मुंह से romantic dialogue, अंदर से राम 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 चल रहा है.
Yeah.
Other say I'm like क्या करना पड़ता है.
Okay, who's most likely to be the naughty one?
100%
Secretly me.
me. She's secretly,
No,
I'm
yeah.
openly.
Yeah.
हाँ.
I
अरे
think
she
both of
will
us
open up
are-
धीरे धीरे.
Yeah.
धीरे धीरे she will open up. ना?
Yeah.
She'll show her naughty side.
I'm
Oh
sure.
my god.
Who's most likely to get pampered on set?
Pampered, none of us.
Neither. I think Raji is the most pampered,
Yeah.
as he must be.
He should be, yeah. Who's most likely to try weird things to be the center of attention?
Define things.
मतलब do something absurd or do something weird or unique just to be the center of attention of the room.
No, I don't think
Neither.
none of us seek attention like that. We
Neither.
automatically get
काम
the
के
attention.
time
That's the smart answer.
I mean, we're having fun in promotions, but shooting time, nothing. Just calm.
Okay. Who's most likely to crack the lamest jokes?
Him.
See how openly she's insulting me. Yeah, me only.
Okay. Who's most likely to take time to understand a joke?
Probably me.
Maybe her.
मेरा
I've been
साबुन
joking
slow
with
है.
her. Since,
Sense of humor slow है.
I've been
Yeah,
joking
मेरा
with
साबुन
her.
slow है.
I've been joking with her since day one.
Okay. Who's most likely to not pick up the other one's call?
Me, always missing his text, taking him for granted.
Always taken for granted since long.
Okay. Who's most likely to flirt with strangers?
Strangers, so I don't know, but I would.
Arey, basically, you are hitting a club and then you
Me.
go on it.
Yeah, I think his friendliness sometimes.
I'm
can come
I'm an
off.
extrovert, but that can be
that can be
misinterpreted.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's most likely to have weird eating habits?
Me, he doesn't eat.
I don't eat
He
anymore,
doesn't
so I don't
eat.
know what
He's
weird
only having green tea.
green tea.
What's the
and
most unique dish you have tried or combination you have tried?
I remember the mutton halwa. I had mutton halwa.
These
was
two
tasty.
words don't go together. Let me just
It was
say.
quite tasty
Yeah.
actually. It's a crime, but
Okay.
it was too tasty.
And lastly, who's most likely to fall for a filmy dialogue or a song?
me.
So,
Fall for a.
okay, so we have got that. If you wanna hit on Namashi, you have to just come up with a filmy line or a song, and he would be there very impressed with that.
For me, someone needs to work more harder
Absolutely.
than that to get my attention.
Yeah. But I have
Absolutely.
to say, the freshness that you both bring, the energy that you both bring is infectious, and it's gonna create wonders and it's gonna relate to a lot of people.
Wow.
Thank you so much for
Thank
giving me this
you.
time. Wishing you both lots and lots of love and luck for everything you do in future, and especially for Bad Boy. Really waiting to see your chemistry and see you two create magic on screen, because that's, I'm sure you're gonna do.
Thank
so
you.
thank you so much.
Thank
and
you
wishing
so
lots
much.
and lots of
Thank
love.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Hi, this is Namoshi Chakraborty,
Hi, I'm Amrin.
and you're watching us on
Bollywood Bubble.